I knew something was wrong the moment my wife stopped kissing me with her eyes open. You know the kind where someone actually sees you. That had been gone for months. These days, she'd peck my cheek like it was an obligation. Her smile was hollow. Her laugh had a weird delay, like it had to buffer first. She was always at work, on retreats, or unwinding with co-workers. Half the time, I didn't even hear her come in. I'd wake up, she was gone. No perfume, no half-empty coffee cup, just cold air and silence. My name's Rick. I'm 42. I live in Eugene, Oregon, and run a small repair shop on Highway 99. Nothing fancy, but it pays the bills. I never doubted her. I'm not paranoid. But things started adding up. Late nights, locked phone, girls-only weekends that didn't make sense. Then one night, she slipped. Left her old tablet charging on the kitchen counter. Screen lit up with a ding. I wasn't snooping, at first. Just grabbing a beer. Then, Dylan. The message preview read, "Miss last night already." That dress was unfair. I froze. Bottle in hand. My heart didn't pound. It flatlined. Curiosity overrode caution. I picked up the tablet. No passcode. Dumb move. Hidden Facebook account, different name, same profile pic, cropped just enough. I scrolled. Hands shaking. Dozens of messages, photos, hotel selfies. Laughing like giddy teenagers. Him, finance bro douchebag, shiny teeth, tight shirts, smug. Pet names flying, my firecracker, my alpha. I stared like I was watching a slow-motion crash. When she came home, I didn't wait. You seeing someone? Her eyes blinked once. Then that smirk crawled across her face. You're boring now, Rick, she said. I need more. No apology, no guilt, just cold words, like I was a toy that stopped being fun. I laughed bitter. That easy. She shrugged. I was planning to divorce you anyway. Walked past me like I didn't exist, straight to the bedroom. Heels clicking like it was just another Tuesday. Her suitcase was zipped by the closet. Like she knew I'd find out. Wanted me to. Already packed? I asked. She didn't look at me, just slid her makeup bag into the side pocket. I'm staying at Dylan's until the divorce is finalized. I stared at her. That easy for you, huh? She turned, arms crossed, leaning against the dresser, like she was tired of explaining. He's everything you're not, Rick. Successful, passionate, good-looking. It hit me in the chest like sudden air pressure. I've been holding this house together, I said. Paying bills, covering her parents' meds while she's off finding herself. I've been here. She rolled her eyes. You're just a mechanic. I took a step back. Wow. She outgrew me. Cold as ice. Walked past me again, carrying the suitcase, tossed a thin black file onto the kitchen table like it was a takeout menu. You remember this? I didn't answer. Didn't need to. Prenup I signed back when I was broke and she was useful. She smiled. We'll see who walks out with what. Keys in hand, gave me one last glance, expecting me to beg. I didn't move. Door shut like she owned the place. I sat down and opened the file. Legal pages. Then I remembered something years ago, when she was first launching her company. She insisted on the prenup. Needed financial clarity. I was in love. Didn't argue. Flipping through, I found it, clause 14. I read that clause twice. Then I laughed hard, loud, until my eyes watered. She put it in to protect herself, thinking I'd be the one to slip. Never guessed I'd be the one cashing in. I packed my clothes, my toolbox, and that coffee maker she never touched, and moved into my brother's old place across town. Small, dusty, but at least no trace of her perfume. First night, I slept like a rock. Next morning, I sent her a text, took my boring face and left your fancy house. Enjoy. She fired back fast. Already got a lawyer, Lance Mares. Look him up. You're screwed. I did. Slick suit, polished website full of buzzwords. Aggressive, client-centered, looked like he charged $500 just to breathe near you. I didn't reply. I called, used a fake last name, Booked a Thursday consultation at a diner downtown. Old school. He showed up in a grey sport coat, no tie, phone in one hand, ego in the other. Didn't even look at me. "You're Alan Cross." "Nope." "Rick." He froze. "Rick. You're that Rick." I slid the envelope across the table. Prenup, clause 14 highlighted, screenshots of texts, photos at Bend Cabin, joint card receipts all time-stamped during our marriage. His lips pressed into a line. "You already had these verified?" I shrugged. "I work with engines, not Photoshop." He flipped pages, shut the folder. "This changes things. I left $5 for my untouched coffee." "Do that, but if I were you, I'd run." She steps on everyone who helps her. A few days later, unknown number. "What did you say to Lance?" Her voice could slice concrete. "Good morning to you, too," I said. Just told him the truth. Silence, then her hiss. "You're manipulating the system." "Nope. You wrote the clause." "I just read it." Quiet, probably pacing Dylan's condo. "You twist things." "I just hold up the mirror." She exploded. "You want to ruin me?" I stayed silent. Rumors had reached her circles. Dylan pulled back once he caught wind. "You're vindictive," she said, fake sadness creeping in. I laughed. "We had a marriage. You lit it on fire." Her last jab. "You deserve half my company. I paid the mortgage while you networked." I stared at the screen. "Now I'm collecting." She hung up. I walked back to the garage, grease on my hands, sweat on my back, grin wide. 10 days later, she stormed into my shop, heels too clean for a garage. "Rick," she said. "You can't be here. Talk to my lawyer." Arms folded, she whispered, "We need to talk." I didn't move. She left. Then, Saturday morning, doorbell. Coffee, boxers, peephole, puffy eyes, hunched shoulders, tears streaking. "Please don't take half," she said, stepping inside uninvited. "Dylan's gone. He's out." I muttered, "Smart guy. I built that company. It's my life." I panicked. "Now I pay. Last Hail Mary, can we try again? No lawyers. No revenge." I nearly spat coffee. "You think I'm stupid?" She looked around, maybe hoping for a photo of us somewhere, or some memory to plead her case, but there was nothing. "I'd stripped this place clean months ago." "I miss you," she whispered. "No, you missed the version of me that tolerated your crap. That guy's gone." I opened the front door and held it wide. She froze for a second, blinking like maybe I'd change my mind. "Goodbye, Alyssa." She walked out without another word. I left the courthouse with half her shares in the company she once said I was too small to be part of. A week later, I emailed her lawyer with a polite offer. She could buy me out. Full market value plus 10% for the insult. No reply. Didn't need one. I already knew she couldn't afford it. Word was Dylan had vanished. No calls, no texts, no offers of support, just ghosted. Guess when the money looked uncertain, so did his loyalty. Meanwhile, her name began slipping down the company press releases. The board got nervous. Investors don't like scandal. Cheating on your husband and breaking a contract at the same time isn't a good look. They asked her to step down as CEO temporarily, but we both knew what that meant. She sold her downtown loft to cover some debts. Moved into a 2-bedroom near the airport. No doorman, no valet, just a cracked parking lot and a pool with faded signs. She never reached out again. Pride, shame, either way, silence worked perfectly for me. I hired a management firm to handle my shares. No interest in meetings or projections. I just wanted the checks and they came every month like clockwork. Paid off my credit cards, got the shop's tow truck transmission rebuilt, bought a cherry red Ram, fully loaded. Took my nephew fishing without checking my phone once. Fixed the gutter that had sagged for 2 years, power washed the siding, installed a new porch light. Everything she used to call low priority. Done my way, on my time. Started dating again. Nothing serious, drinks, dinners, a few laughs. No drama, no secrets, no pretending. Life got quiet, peaceful, profitable. I wasn't angry anymore, Didn't feel the need to gloat. Honestly, I barely thought about her. But every now and then, I'd hear her company's name, a press release, a stumble in stock, and I'd smile just a little. I was grabbing coffee near the shop, same order, same barista, same corner table, when I saw her, Alyssa. Alone by the window, hands wrapped around a paper cup like she was trying to squeeze heat out of it. Hair tied back, smudged makeup, blazer wrinkled like she'd slept in it. Tired, not sick, not starving, just worn down. The fire in her eyes that once burned through me was gone. She spotted me before I could duck out. Small, surprised smile, like old classmates at a high school reunion. "Rick," she said. "Wow." "Hey," I nodded. Awkward pause. I almost walked away, but she kept talking. "How's life?" "Peaceful," I said, smiling. She glanced down, a quiet little laugh, the kind people do when swallowing regret. Then looked back up. "Do you ever think about what we had?" "Sure," I said. "And I'm glad it's over." No hesitation, no bitterness. Just truth. She didn't argue. Just nodded slowly, like she already knew the answer. "You look good, Rick." I looked her in the eye. "Yeah. I sleep fine now." She flinched a twitch, but said nothing. Just stared at her cup like it might refill itself. I didn't drag it out. No reason. Picked up my coffee and headed for the door. Cold air hit me as I stepped outside. Took a deep breath. Felt like stepping out of a cave. My shoulders were lighter, like a weight I didn't realize I was carrying had finally lifted. She had everything once, the money, the company, the power, me.